So yet again, I have to thank Facebook. In fact, I have to thank Keir Starmer. So the Unite the the Kingdom March, honestly. Anyway, this weekend is a stark reminder of exactly what we are up against. Its organisers are peddling hatred and division, plain and simple. Anyone threatening hateful violence will feel the full force of the law. In the Metropolitan Police Service Command and Control Centre Operations Room, I saw the scale of the operation to keep people safe. Thousands of officers will be deployed across London, supported by a ramped-up justice system. This two-tier system. I will always champion peaceful protest, but hate has no place in our country. We've already blocked far-right agitators who want to come to the UK to spew their extremist views. I mean, does nobody read history, Fuck me. Seriously. Calling people fascists when they are but they're fascists, Look, I've always said in this, some people may like, oh, no. But Tommy Robinson is absolutely a Pied Piper. I mean, people like myself and many others over the years have said, protesting never works. It absolutely never works. It's demonstrably the case. Feeling righteous by getting on whatever bus and turning up somewhere and, placards and waving and whatever, has it really ever, unless it's going along with a certain agenda, change things? Yeah? And as somebody said straight away, this rally is the perfect testing ground for the live facial recognition cameras. Now, I've covered that shit over the years. Swillianism, he's covered it, that's for sure. I mean, I've talked about it under Agenda 21. I mean, it's, it ties in the digital ID, all the rest of it, yeah. And you've heard that this Mr. Robinson on so many occasions say, remember, no masks, no nothing, no whatever else, in the most cameras up bit of real estate you could ever imagine, yeah? Seriously. With processing power beyond belief. And there's this Pied Piper bringing in the gullible and the naive to be quite literally sorted out as soon as this digital ID kicks in. Oh, you were at that, you're sorry. You haven't got the right thoughts back. Most people have zero idea. That's going to change. Yeah, zero idea about where this all goes. It's absolutely frightening. But and in all honesty, I came across this guy by accident with a YouTube channel called Vulnerable Media, and I have no idea, in all honesty, who the guy is. And I'd put a comment.
Well, if ever you need
under one of his vids, because I looked at his channel and the guy said that, in fact, I said, I came across your channel by accident. I noticed you said you have COPD, heart and lung disease. May I recommend Mullein Leaf, which I use as a tea. It does wonders for the lungs. I would also recommend Lungwort capsules. As regards the heart, I take about half a teaspoon a day of cayenne pepper in my food. It does wonders. I could have written that sentence better, less repetitive. But I was taking the guy in face value, and I'm not saying the guy's not a bad guy. I'm not saying that at all. But think about what we've just discussed here, right? And just say it is absolutely based on the naivety of so many people. But small, for example, and he gives very good advice about turning up to this thing, the Unite the Kingdom walk, march, whatever. Like, don't drink before the march, be polite, friendly, all the rest of it, blah, blah, blah. All very good advice. But then he says this.
lastly, but by no means least, is face coverings. Face coverings must not be worn. Tommy said it, Katie Hopkins has said it, and now Muggins here is saying it.
And that is pretty much, as I said, this might be a really nice dude. I've no idea. But I would not be recommending. I wouldn't even recommend being going to any of these things. I've said it, honestly, so many times. It changes nothing. All you do is point out the problem, i.e., to the, governmental aspects. Oh, well, we've got your mugshot, all the rest of it, blah, blah, blah. Add the ID card and, the chip, and yeah, your life becomes a pile of shit overnight. No longer access to transport, food, any kind of resources, and including, and not excluding, heating and a roof over your head. And seriously, think about this. This rally is the perfect testing ground to the live facial recognition cameras. I don't care how many people attend. All they are doing is walking right into the trap. None of the pro-Palestinian marches had this technology applied. So you got to ask yourself, why is it being applied to this march? Honestly, he's a fucking Judas goat. Robinson and Hopkins and ilk. And I'll speak to you soon.